So the position that I've taken is basically to find out how we're going to put it together. How do we create the win-win for the community? And I've yet to hear it on either side.